Good evening, Wyoming, and thank you for joining us. Plans to bring a federally funded, state-owned treatment facility for veterans to Wyoming are moving ahead, but in Buffalo rather than Casper, as many expected.
The Transportation, Highways, and Military Affairs Committee has chosen Buffalo as the initial intended site for a state-run nursing home for veterans, despite a state-funded study that concluded that Casper would be the most sensible location. Many believe Buffalo was chosen because it already has the state's assisted living facility for veterans, while some legislatures wish Casper had been chosen initially. The decision isn't final yet, and they're not giving up.
It's an interesting thing, and we don't need to feel like we lost the deal. We have plenty of time to bring it back, and we've got plenty of good information, and the statistics show that Casper would be the best place to have it.
Well, the plug may be getting pulled on a bar and grill staple here in Wyoming. The Attorney General issued a formal legal opinion calling the Wyoming Skill Game Terminals a form of illegal gambling. The decision has caught bar owners off guard, leaving some wondering if a small change might keep the machines alive.
Having them licensed, then you actually have somebody who goes around and checks these machines and keeps up on everything. It could be handled by the Sheriff's Department, it could be handled by the Police Department, it could be handled by the Liquor Commission. Everything's on the up and up, and that everyone's getting their fair cut, and there's no shady dealings.
And the man responsible for stealing a car from Ridley's grocery parking lot was back in court for sentencing. Recall Chad Malloy was arrested back in August after officers found him in possession of a stolen vehicle parked at a local laundromat. Malloy previously pled guilty to the crime and has now been sentenced to 3 to 5 years behind bars. And Rawlins Elementary School went into lockdown yesterday when a child brought a gun to school. Authorities were promptly notified about the gun and took proper actions. Nobody was harmed, and it is believed that there was no threats issued to any students or faculty.
Through the investigation with the police determined that there was no immediate threat or direct threat to any specific student or any staff member, that it was brought to school more out of curiosity and to show a classmate.
And back here in Casper for this Warrant Watch Wednesday, the Natrona County Sheriff's Office needs your help looking for individuals with outstanding arrest warrants. Take a look.
This is Taylor Courtney with the Natrona County Sheriff's Office for Warrant Watch. The following individuals have warrants in our community. Kevin Long, age 33, wanted for felony possession of methamphetamine. Tyler Bunny, age 25, wanted for escape and probation violation. Chester Friday, age 27, wanted for aggravated robbery. Marshall Friday, age 45, wanted for robbery. Michael Tanner, age 27, wanted for check fraud. If you know the whereabouts of any of these individuals, contact the Natrona County Sheriff's Office at 235-9282.
And the Casper Chamber of Commerce hosted a luncheon forum at the Ramkota Hotel today for legislators to discuss what lies ahead for the state of Wyoming and Natrona County. The luncheon included a panel made up of state senators and representatives who discussed hopes for the upcoming year and answered questions from the audience. Discussions focused mainly on taxes and energy.
I thought that today's chamber meeting went very well. Always a very interesting crowd and great questions, and people are concerned about what's going to happen at the legislature, and this is our chance to try and address those questions and also find out what's on people's mind.
And from now until Christmas Eve, we'll know if the state of Wyoming files an appeal on a federal judge's decision earlier this year to restore federal protections for the grizzly bears that live in and around Yellowstone National Park. In September, Wyoming's first grizzly bear hunt since 1974 was supposed to take place before a U.S. district judge blocked it by putting the grizzly bear back on the endangered species list. The number of bears in Yellowstone was estimated at fewer than 150. Now the population is estimated at roughly 700. State officials are going to be working hard, though, to make sure that Wyoming can have its bear hunt in the future.
I'm working on a bill that says, state of Wyoming, you shall allow the bears to be hunted. I realize that this may not be quite in line with what that judge says, but let's go out there and say that. The bad thing about it is in the area, the bears that we had to destroy because of confrontation with hunters is about the same number you would have hunted.
Well, Eric, look what the wind dragged in. Some warmer temperatures, but definitely a breezy one out there.
It was extremely breezy, and I am not liking it. I couldn't sleep last night. It was whistling through my windows.
Same here. I was up half the night. And matter of fact, take a look here at the highest wind speed since midnight. These are sustained winds. At one point in time, Casper had 44-mile-an-hour sustained winds. Douglas, 51, 41 in Laramie, 49 Rock Springs, 24 in Yellowstone, 37 in Cody, 46 from Sheridan, down towards Buffalo and Rollins, 47. Like I said, in Torrington. Now, we're not out of the woods yet. We still have that high wind warning in effect until midnight for portions of Johnson County as well as Fremont County. The area shaded in beige from Converse County down to Platte, Laramie, Albany, and Carbon County. That actually expires at 8 o'clock this evening. And then we still have a winter weather advisory in effect for portions of Crook and Weston County. That expires at 5 o'clock in the morning. Excuse me. Wow. Outside right now, this cold weather is making me want to choke. Outside right now, it is snowing out there, 31 degrees, feels like 18. The humidity is up at 78% with winds out of the north-northeast at 22 miles per hour. Gusting as high as 32 miles per hour. We're seeing temperatures across the state already in the teens towards Big Piney, 16 in Yellowstone, 20s and 30s across central and eastern Wyoming. We take a look at the top 3 things you need to know. We had a windy and in some places a snowy Wednesday. We're just now seeing it here across central Wyoming. We're going to cool off substantially tomorrow, but that sunshine is going to return this weekend. Take a look here at Lynx HD radar. You see a little bit of snow across portions of Fremont County. The majority of it, though, is in Natrona County and across portions of I-25 going into Johnson County. I have Wyoming's most accurate forecast coming up in just a few minutes, guys.